What's up? Got a Caterpillar running. So, did an oil change today on the C15 Caterpillar, and I want to share a little information with you guys. I was showing oil fill tube, and you guys seen blow by on an oil fill tube. So I got 3 different oils over here, and the reason I have this is not oil, this is my coffee. Rutella, Delvac, plus 50, 1540, John Deere oil. But that truck did a rotted main bearings, new oil pump, and I ran Rutella for years. That's the oil I prefer all the time on all my diesel vehicles. Obviously non-AGR or DPF system. Then I went to Delco, which is 1540, heavy duty. That's what actually Caterpillar recommends. ESCF, yep, Caterpillar recommends, and then Mac Day, so they fit in an all. Now I went to this stuff, plus 50, tractor oil, and I explain why. I ran this oil 3 times, did not burn any oil, everything was fine, besides it had a steam coming out of a blow-by tube, a lot of steam. And it's not a blow-by, it's steaming, it's not like pouring, it's just steaming very, very slowly. So there's not much crankcase pressure, it's just oil steaming for some reason, I don't know why. Did not burn any oil. On the 15,000 miles, I might need to add a half a gallon, but I never did. I switched to this. I went with Dallo. Ran this oil 1 time, ran 5,000 miles, ended up adding 6,000 miles, ended up adding a full gallon of oil because it was gallon low. And the steaming problem actually went away by about 60%. It still had some, but not what I wanted it. So I made a research on a C15 Cat twin turbo. They are 16-to-1 compression. They are high compression engine. 18-to-1. I think 18-to-1 compression engine. Since they twin turbo, due for the emissions ACER. So right at the get-go, they do have a higher crankcase pressure than a 6NZ or 34.6E model. So these engines will have more blow-by than anything else. So that is totally normal. And I understand that, but I didn't like how they steam it. So the other day I went to Caterpillar to get my ECM work done, check the injector, make sure the ECM has the same cal codes from injectors into the ECM. And I was talking with the mechanic, and I says, when you start it back up, look at my blow-by tube, and you think is that normal? So he got it down, put the valve covers back on and stuff like that. Started up, the truck idle for about 10 minutes. He bumped up the RPMs. He says, yeah, no, blow-by part of it is normal because they have a Caterpillar has a thing where you put it over and you rev it up to like 1500. But he's like, the steaming part of it, that is oil. And I says, comes down to it, whatever the oil the previous owner was using. I don't know the history on the truck, and I can't figure out which oil it is. So probably Mobile Delvac, because that's the only one I didn't try. I just don't like it for some reason. But he told me, go with this oil and they should solve your problem. So I just changed the oil, let the truck idle up to 180 degrees, now 175, 180, And I can tell a difference, believe it or not. There's hardly any steam coming out anymore. And I don't have a blow-by tube. I actually have a canister. And I spilled the oil when I was taking the filter off. But I actually have a canister, which any dripping oil from a blow-by tube, it catches in. Then I have to drain about once a month or so. So before up here, I used to like just rolling steam out of there. So if you have a C15 Cat twin turbo and you have the same issue, or you bought a truck used, do not freak out if it's steaming. Yes, if it's blowing hard and you're burning oil tremendously a lot and stuff like that, yes, you might gonna need a overhaul. But if you have just steam coming out of a blow-by tube, try to switch your oil. If you ran a Rutella, try to Mobile Delvac or Dello. If you ran a Mobile Delvac, try to Rutella or Dello, or even try to go with the John Deere oil, or they got all kind of different brands of oil. Because this is second time in my life I come across the same thing. I had same thing with the Detroit. If I put a Mobile Delvac in it, it would steam from blow-by tube. You put Rutella in it and solves the problem. So that's the little update on the yellow machine.